and gals, and everybody here from Drakewing Game, and a 70 mile on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at some Let's Play episode of Roads Yet Traveled, Marruk's Path. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and things were about to get spooky, I think. Anyway, so I want to enjoy tomorrow, so I should probably get to... Yep! Fuck, wait, let me just use the bathroom one more time. Getting up, I suddenly feel so heavy in the withering light, like there's some weight in the room dragging me down. Marruk is already deep asleep, so I should do my best not to wake him. Slipping behind the door, I turn on the lights and relieve myself, only barely managing not to fall asleep right then and there. The cool air pocks my skin with bumps as I've got nothing but my company-mandated briefs on. Before I can flip the switch and head out, however, I get caught in the mirror. It's not particularly flattering, that thing looking back, but it's almost midnight, so like... Wait. Who are you? A copper smile burns into the night, an eclipse so vibrant in hue you could call it the sun itself. It is not. A lonely thing sits on the horizon, a festering monolith, one cut from so many pieces of its ilk. Hewn from the corpses of titans, it stands but in defiance of grandeur, too illogical to die. Carrion things gnaw on its flesh, yet their ignorance defies them. They beckon you, come, taste what is ours. Sup with us, savor what we cannot. You can't. I'm too afraid. Their wings unfold, horrid mangled things, each of broken geometries. Then I feel it, that hallowed flame, boring into the back of my skull. Surely I need but reach out and... Day 19. A blur. That's the only good way to describe the morning I've had. Marruk accidentally woke me up at void-nosed wind trying to sneak off to his office without me, but once I was up, I was up. With a lot of yawning and groaning, I managed to put myself together enough to get dressed without much of a hassle. Even still, I only barely had any time to think before we were out the door. It felt especially cold this morning, even as a few Carain meandered about in the recycled air. Not wanting to drown out his thoughts with stale words, though, I kept it to myself. It was a short jaunt to the elevator and an even shorter ride to his office. Before slipping inside, he told me to wait as he gets shit ready for the day. Without a better option, I sloppily nodded before collapsing on the bench outside. And all that happened in less than a mark. After a short and lonely breakfast, Marruk, seemingly finished with his work, announces we have other places to be before he can truly be free today. Not wanting to intrude any further, I only nod. I almost wish I had asked, though, as we jet off from room to room as Marruk hands off schedules and forms to everyone from security to janitorial. Loading bays, labs, crew quarters, void. He even told me to wait around the corner as he approached someone in one of the cafeterias. Checking my monitor, it seems the marks have sloughed away, and it's almost time for lunch. Not exactly the morning I was hoping for, but I suppose it's the one I should have expected. Things come to a head, however, as I feel my legs start to give out from all the power walking. Hey, Marruk, are we almost done? I was kind of hoping there would be a bit more relaxing on our day off. Oh, sorry. Maybe I, should have been a bit clearer. Let me just... Opening his monitor, he scrolls through a few pages with a huff. I don't think I'm being that unreasonable. Surely this isn't how he wants to spend his day off either, right? Well, there's a few things left, but, maybe I can get it to it some other time. I do have to make one more stop, though, but that should be it. Is that alright, Kit? Yeah, no problem. Do you think we could maybe go a bit slower, though? I mean, I've barely even heard you all morning, and I'm right here. Right. Sorry, I just... Almost bashfully, he scratches behind his ear before straightening up and gesturing at me to follow. That was almost too easy. What are you even handing out anyways? Huh? You've got, like, forms and stuff you've been giving out. What are they? Oh, Sognos emergency contacts and procedures. They were updated recently, and I figured since an actual Sognos executive is showing up, everyone should be up to date on that shit. When were they updated? A few months ago. Shouldn't they have been updated then? Trust me, it's not that big of a change. Anyways, not even the captain got on my tail about it until recently, so... Good a reason as any, I suppose. Alright, that's fair. So, what are they? It's like emergency procedures and stuff like that. Mind you, the station has their own procedures. These are just like the company-mandated ones. They're different, and most people kinda, well, Ignore them? Not that they don't know the emergency procedures, these ones are just kind of dense. You're gonna have to explain that. Like the Sucknos ones are just general and kind of vague. Every Sucknos run station gets the same copy, whereas our procedures are specific to the Icoroid. Oh, alright, so who's the last person who needs them then? Marruk? Well, technically maintenance, but that's not what the last stop is. Oh? Nah, I need to make sure that communications has the announcement all set up for tomorrow. They're gonna send out a station-wide alert. The captain's updated it like 4 times now, so I have to deliver it. Again. Why so many changes? I thought we went over this, Kit. We're being kept in the void here, so pretty much everything's subject to change. I'd say the only thing that stayed the same is a pretty clear message of stay out of their way. Right. Kinda hard to send a message out to the crew when you still barely have any idea who's coming. Alright, well, lead the way. A slight smile forms on the edge of his lips as he goes to walk away, only to turn into a confused frown as I catch the edge of his coat. Oh, and Marruk? You better make sure you deliver those new procedures to maintenance before Sucknos shows up. Got it? Yeah, no problem, Kit. Patting him on the back and laughing under my breath, we head off and toward the other elevator. Surprisingly, communications or comms, as Marruk keeps calling it, is almost back where we started. I kind of figured it'd be further away, but I guess going full circle isn't a bad thing. And Marruk steps inside their office as I stand guard, as he put it. Doing my best to puff up my chest, only to immediately deflate as I see an 8-foot-tall Carain casually walk by. Tapping my foot and swaying back and forth a bit, I pull out my monitor, only to see that it's already the 21st mark. Damn, we're not gonna have a lot of time to relax at this rate. I still don't even know where we're going either way. I hope it's just not, like, back to our room. Although, I guess if he's there, it wouldn't be too bad. I mean... The door slides open behind me, and Marruk walks out, talking to another Carain in a red uniform. Yeah, so just make sure it gets out at least a mark or two before they arrive. I'm sure she'll let you know when it's optimal. No worries, sir. Thanks for handing this off. I gotta be off now. Let me know if anything changes. Will do. They nod at each other before the door closes and Marruk turns to me. Well, any intruders? I see a pretty nasty one in front of me, yeah. Oh, what are you gonna do about it then, huh? He leans over, grinning, seemingly catching onto my joke. Well, I'd pull his tail if he had one. Haven't heard that one before. Come on, let's get to it. Following him down the hall, we take a new turn as he slouches forwards, digging his hands into his pockets. Sorry, this shit took all day. I kinda figured it'd go faster, but, I hope it's alright with you. A bit surprised, I turn to look at him, only to see him bashfully not making eye contact. What's going on with him today? It's fine, Marruk. I'm not gonna get in the way of your job. You are my job, Rias. Well, I mean... you know what I mean. I guess so. The hallway expands as we walk further, the pomp and trim gradually fading to the hustle and bustle of an ever-growing number of Carain. Marruk's pace slows, and I take the hint to stick close as we ease through the crowd. So, we're headed in the right direction now, right? Huh? Like, we're all done with work and we're on the way to the mystery location you keep alluding to, right? Oh, yeah. Offering little in the way of any hints as to where we're actually going, I scoff and keep jabbing questions at him. It better be worth it, especially after the day you've put me through. What? You're losing it, kid. If you think that was a rough day, get ready for when I can assign you to the other columns. Then you'll see what a hard day's work looks like. Oh? So eager to pawn me off? With pleasure. I can't help but chuckle under my breath at the joviality of his tone. The hallway hasn't cleared up one bit, and my only guess is that it's lunchtime or something, as we're almost at a standstill. Fortunately, the few nearby Carain who could even look down and spot me seem far too engrossed in their own lives to really notice. I won't complain, though, as it allows us to wade through the crowd virtually undetected. So, speaking of, are we leaving this column to go to this place, or is it just a bit further? Nah, it's on this column, but it's not super close. I'm just trying to get us to the elevator. You keep talking about these columns. What are they exactly, and why haven't I left this column what? Thud. Fuck! Kid? Boy, it's like I ran into a fucking wall. I think someone walked right into me. I could barely even manage to sit up as I grabbed my head and see stars. Kit, are you good? What happened? Hey, you! Get over here! Get over here! Still dazed, I look up as Marruk walks over to the Carain, a massive fellow wearing a gray jacket who seems to be fumbling around with a handful of files. Watch where you're fucking walking. It's a void damn violation to injure another crewmate. Don't you know that? Another crewmate? What are you talking about? His jaw goes slack. Goes slack as he notices me on the floor, looking up at him. I would say a crowd has formed, but really, I think the crowd was already here and everyone just stopped moving. By the filament. I have to go. You're not going anywhere unless you want me to write you up. Fucking apologize. What? Do I need to repeat myself? He trips over himself, barely managing to keep hold of all his things, stumbling out in, I'm sorry, before he turns heel to run away, almost knocking over a few more crewmates in the process. Marruk, only a few feet away, doesn't turn to me. His fists are clenched in. I can hear a low growl emanating from his direction. The crowd's almost silent as his head whips around and belts out a, You guys know better than to clog the halls. Come on, keep it moving. Shocked, they quickly disperse, going every which way until it's basically just us left. Grumbling under his breath, Marruk walks over to me and kneels down, letting out a sigh. Fuck, kid. Are you alright? After looking me over for any nicks or bruises, he rests one paw on my knee, and I'm reminded his face is only a few inches away. I'm okay, I think. I can only hope he interprets my blush as a sign of injury and not, well... His thumb, accidentally or not, rubs my knee before he backs up and offers me a paw. Sorry about that. I know you can handle yourself, but, Accepting his assistance, I stand up, saying, No, I appreciate it. It's not the first time that's, happened to me. Wordlessly, his broad fingers start dusting off my jacket, almost causing me to flinch when they brush something out of my hair. I should know better. I'm sorry. I didn't realize how busy it was until, well... It's fine, really. I just got stunned is all. It didn't even hurt or nothing. He lets out a small huff as he pats my back before slowly stepping forwards. Alright, kid, if you say so. Now come on, I got a surprise for you. Oh, finally! I still can barely see his face from here, but I can see just the corners of his lips curl inevitably upwards as we march alongside each other. All out of water. Okay, last couple minutes, y'all. A few minutes of relative calm have passed as we made it to one of the elevators, and have since found ourselves on a new floor. Marruk says we're close now, but I can only imagine what that really means. He said a few other things as well, mainly asking how I'm doing, even though I assured him I'm fine. He's actually been quite persistent in asking, even offering to stop and take a seat on one of the benches until I feel better, whatever that means. I've resolved to kick him in the shin if he asks again, but he's been fine for now. Looking around, there's a good amount of greenery on this floor and nary a window in sight. These things must be resilient as fuck if all they need are some overhead lights and some watering. Getting distracted and walking towards one of the planters, I notice just how thick the leaves are, idly batting at it as Marruk scoffs behind me. Kid, if that's all it takes to entertain you, then hurry up, alright? There'll be more up ahead, I promise. Oh? Is that finally a hint at where you're taking me? Heh, we're close enough now that you could figure it out. If you could read. Oh, very bold of you to make fun of me after I've been wounded so gravely. You are fine, though, right? Whack! Ow! What was that for? Just keep walking, mutt. Walking ahead, I can practically hear as he rolls his eyes and scoffs before jogging up to catch up. It's not long, however, before we find ourselves standing in front of a very unassuming door. Swiping his card, Marruk leads us into a lab, not unlike the ones I've seen before, but with vast amounts of foliage and plant life. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!